Thanks so much for joining me. Well, Canada's weather warning system has just changed in a big way as of Tuesday, August the 11th, as Environment and Climate Change Canada has finally rolled out its Convective Alerting Modernization system. And why I say finally is because our counterparts in the United States have been doing this since about 2007. So it's great to see Canada on board as well. What do I mean by this? Well, our convective alerts, this of course encompasses our severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings. These are going to look different going forward. So let's take a look here. Weather.gc.ca, the public weather website, which is the first place to see whether or not you're in one of these new storm polygons. You can see, look at these very interesting little polygon shapes here in southern Alberta. These are ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings. And they're different from the old system in a number of ways. So we actually go ahead and look at one of our participating apps that are ingesting this new data from Environment Canada. We can see that storm falls within the polygon, and that polygon shape kind of flares out with time to account for, the uncertainty in the motion and speed of these storms. But in general, these polygons are a lot smaller. These are storm-based warnings. They're targeted based on the real risk of storms, and they can be drawn free form by our Environment Canada meteorologists in the weather office to encompass or basically account for the actual storm risk out there on the landscape. And so this is much different than the past. Like if we actually go ahead and look at an older, the old system based on radar scope here, we can see that old system in action here, these gigantic polygons here. These big boxy polygons. This was the system we've been operating on for years, and basically is a geographical region. The warnings would be issued kind of like a blanket warning over a geographical zone, a fixed area like the boundaries of a county or a municipality. That has changed now, and that's a good thing, because say you're in the southwest corner of this big box here and you've got clear skies overhead, there's no storms anywhere nearby, you get a severe thunderstorm or a tornado warning and you're thinking to yourself, what is going on? And this happens over and over again. You start to get alert fatigue. You get this sort of cried wolf effect. This is going to reduce that in a significant way. And it's going to affect dissemination as well of these alerts. In some cases, when we have the significant severe thunderstorm warnings, these are storms that are producing wind gusts in excess of 130 kilometers an hour and or hail the size of baseballs or larger, or our tornado warnings. These are our red level warnings. These will be disseminated, say, to Alert Ready, which will then go ahead and broadcast that to your cell phones and cell towers within the area of this alert zone. So any tower within this zone will pick up that alert and broadcast it. So you'll probably still get some significant overlap. Areas just outside the polygon may still get that alert, but you can go ahead and open Environment Canada or one of these apps to cross-check to see where you are relative to that alert. But overall, compared to the old size of those warnings, it's shrunk a lot. That dissemination is going to cover a smaller area. And if you get that red level alert, of course, we all know this jarring sound. You'll know that you're actually probably very close to a storm that's producing, significant severe weather and or tornado potential. So that's certainly an improvement. Apparently, it's not encompassing everything just yet, including TV and radio. We're still going to be seeing larger broadcast areas kind of cutting into the broadcast if we get these significant severe and tornado warnings. So like based on this graphic here from Instant Weather, they've also written a really wonderful article about this new upgrade. So check that out. But yeah, you can see, say here in Southern Ontario, you'll still get, based on, here's your storm polygon, you'll still get a very large area where you'll get that broadcast. But in general, this is a significant improvement. We will see some sort of growing pains naturally as the system gets rolled out, but in general, a big improvement, big step up. So if you want to check it out, of course, go to the public weather website. Hey, am I in this warning? And of course, always click on the warning if you can. Get the warning text, because that's important. It's going to give you details specifically, areas within this warning, locations in nearby areas that could be impacted include Acme, Bircham, Carbon, Hesketh, and so on. And it tells you the actual threats with the storm and some actionables of what you should do. Of course, just because you're not within the polygon doesn't mean you shouldn't stay weather aware. If you're within this broader watch, or if you're near the polygon, storms, storm motion can change. We got to stay weather aware, but in general, this is a big improvement with these storm-based warnings targeting the real risk area. So yeah, big day in Canadian weather. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll talk to you next time.